The prosecution has wrapped up their closing statements, and the person who gave the closing statements for the prosecution was Elizabeth Geddes. And Elizabeth Geddes was up there for 6.5 hours between yesterday afternoon and this morning. And I think that was entirely too long. She probably bored the jury with her droning on and on and on and on and on. I hope Mr. Canick is not up there that long. He will be speaking after lunch. I don't think he will take that long. There is no reason for him to be up there that long. All he has to do is get up there for like 30, 45, no more than an hour. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, no more than an hour. And hit the key points. Allegations are not facts. Volunteers are not victims. And one man is not an enterprise. Those key points need to be driven home to the jury. No matter what you heard in this trial, it's an allegation. And this trial is based on hearsay. You're presenting no facts. Anything you heard about Aaliyah is hearsay because she's not here to tell us what happened. She's not here to tell us if she was pregnant or not. She's not here to tell us if she had sex with R.Kelly on a tour bus or not. Those are just allegations. And he needs to hammer that home because the prosecution really talked about Aaliyah in their closing arguments, even though he's not really charged with Aaliyah. He's charged with the bribery count. But they're trying to use Aaliyah as a tool to get sympathy, to think, okay, well, they might not like these accusers, but they like Aaliyah. It's not about liking Aaliyah or not liking Aaliyah. The fact is, Aaliyah never accused R.Kelly of a crime while she was alive. She never pressed charges. Her mama never pressed charges. Her daddy never pressed charges. Her brother never said nothing. So at the end of the day, we don't know the facts. And you cannot convict somebody based on hearsay of, oh my God, 30 years ago, I saw R.Kelly having sex with Aaliyah on the bus. That's third-party information. And that has nothing to do with what R.Kelly is charged with, which is RICO. And for the past 2.5 years, the feds have been saying R.Kelly is the leader of a criminal enterprise. And he used the enterprise to recruit women and girls for sexual activity. But yesterday, Ms. Geddes said in her closing arguments when she was starting off that the enterprise charged in the indictment is not a criminal one. And I agree. And since the feds are admitting that there never was a criminal enterprise, it's time to acquit R.Kelly. R.Kelly deserves to be acquitted. He's an innocent man. He's an innocent man. He's an innocent man. And that's the only time I have agreed with the federal government in this whole thing. When Elizabeth Geddes said yesterday that the enterprise charged in this indictment is not a criminal one. R.Kelly does not have a criminal enterprise. Since he does not have a criminal enterprise, send him on home. Send him on home. And I think Mr. Canick is going to make that point in his closing arguments. Don't panic. Don't panic, y'all. R.Kelly's coming home. He deserves to be acquitted. He deserves to be acquitted. 6.5 hours? Does she not understand that most of the jurors are men? And men don't like to hear a woman talk for no 6.5 hours because they got wives at home nagging them. It should have been short and sweet. Common sense tells you that men don't like to listen to women for no 6.5 hours. She should have been up there no more, I'd say, hour and a half. 6.5 hours? Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm not panicking, y'all. I'm not panicking. In my opinion, the federal government has contradicted themselves several times. At first, they said he ran an enterprise. But in the closing arguments, they're saying there is no enterprise and there is no criminal enterprise. So I really hope that the jury listened to that one statement and acquits the king. That's the only statement that she said that made sense this whole time. The enterprise charged in the indictment is not a criminal one. Anyway, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, and fuck anybody who don't like him.